Chucky. Hi everyone, it's Jeannie here and welcome to my channel. So I know it's only been a few weeks, but I wanted to update you guys on why I haven't posted anything in a while. If you've watched my previous videos, then you'll know that I got a new puppy, Coco, and we've had him for a bit over a month and a half, maybe 2 months now, and he has been my #1 focus. So previously, because I still work full-time, I used to record in the evenings and weekends, but now that we've got him, we spend most of our time, I guess, training him and also making sure he's got a routine. Since he's still a puppy, it's really good to really get them into it while they're still young. So I haven't had much time in recording and pretty much doing a lot of stuff anyway, like nothing much has really happened. I did cut my hair one night randomly. I don't know, I tried dyeing it as well. I'm not sure whether I'm liking it, but you know, what's done is done. So yeah, and I thought today, since I do plan to kind of get more recording time and get things going, so I thought today, to kick things off, I would do a 50 facts about me. Now, I did do a 29 fact video last year when I turned 29, so I'll leave a link down below and try not to do those. But yeah, let's get started. I was born and raised in Melbourne, Australia, and pretty much spent most of my life growing up in a suburb called Mulgrave, which is in the southeast, and when Kiang and I got married, we moved up to the west. So I am a Capricorn. I was born on the 16th of January, which is the best birthday ever because I don't think it's ever rained. It's always sunny and it's during school holidays as well. Yay! Although I did kind of used to wish in primary school that my birthday was during the school week so I could get like lollipops or something at school, but yeah. My nationality is Australian, and I know a lot of Asians get asked, no, what's your real nationality? And to be honest, that is my real nationality. I don't know anything other than being Australian. My parents were born in East Timor, but my descendants were from China. I don't know if there's any other descendants, but I do know that either my great-grandma or great-great-grandma was half Dutch. I was an only child till I was about 6, and then I was diagnosed as being a sister to my brother. And growing up, we were never really that close. We used to have a lot of fights and sometimes physical as well. And I don't know, now that we're adults, surprisingly, we actually understand each other a lot better than other people, and I think our relationship is a lot closer, and I don't know, I do like having him around. Not that I would ever tell him that. I got my first pet when I was about 7 or 8, and I had 2 goldfishes named Pebble and Pascal, and they lasted a month. Growing up, my parents spoke to us in Mandarin because they thought it would be beneficial for our careers being bilingual. I also went to Chinese school for 13 years, every Saturday and even in VCE, and till this day I still do not know how to read or write or say a full sentence. Apart from Mandarin, I also know a little bit of Hakka as well, which is not relating to New Zealand, but it's a Chinese dialect, and it's a language that I guess my parents spoke with their parents and, you know, everyone back in East Timor. But like I said, my parents thought Mandarin would be more, I guess, common that I could use in my future. But yeah, so I kind of know a bit because growing up, my relatives around me will kind of speak, which I can kind of understand, but it wasn't until I got closer to Kiang's family where I kind of learned more that I can actually have like a semi-sentence or conversation. So unfortunately it was never good enough for them, that they'll always still give me shit about it, but at least I can have a conversation with my grandma. When I was in 5th grade, I was stung by a bee somewhere along here, and I don't know, it was weird because I was in class and I heard this buzzing behind my ear, and then next minute, whoop, and a bee stung me, which, I don't know, I didn't think it was a big deal. I just thought it was kind of random, but the teacher was like, whoa. My family moved to Darwin in the Northern Territory when I was 14. It was meant to be a trial to see whether we liked it for 2 years, but we came back after a year because my brother and I hated it, and by then I was skipping school, I started smoking out of boredom, and I was stealing stuff, so we came back and life was back to normal. I love my sleep, and I also have motion sickness. Like, I can pretty much sleep anywhere, and it's really bad, especially when driving. Nowadays I think it's getting worse and worse. I'll constantly like be really tired and fall asleep, and even like on a speedboat, because the speed was going constant, I fell asleep on that. And I would be the best bum on the street because I can sleep on anything. Give me milk cartons and cardboard and I would sleep just like that. I had keloids removed from the back of my ears, and keloids are pretty much like lumps of skin that just constantly grow. When I was about 6 or 7, I got my ears pierced, and by the time I was 9, they grew little lumps at the back. I think because the opening was inside, and I remember being really painful taking the earrings out, and then after that it kind of slowly shrunk, so I thought it was okay that I got my ears re-pierced actually 3 times by the time I was 16, but slowly the lumps came back and just kept on growing and growing and growing. So I did get them removed. Apparently what they are, it's like, you know when you cut yourself and then your skin automatically heals, but sometimes it just doesn't know when to stop, so it keeps growing, and that's how you get like keloids. So I did get them removed and had to wear like little clamp earrings just to stop it from growing, because it could grow back, but I don't know, it's been like 15 years or so and it's kind of not. So for that reason I don't wear earrings. I got my first period when I was about 10, and I remember it was the most embarrassing thing ever. My mum found my undies with blood on it and she was like, "Did you get a period?" I'm like, "I don't know what that is." No, because I didn't even think about it till I went to the toilet and there was more blood, and I was like, what do I do? And so she handed me a pad and like really form-fitting undies and like, "You'll wear this when you get your period." So I'm like, okay. And I remember that day distinctly. We had like a PE class where we had to like link our legs together and roll the ball in between, and I could not open up my legs. I was so embarrassed and I was quiet for the whole day, and yeah, I just remember being really awkward, and I kind of wish there was more awareness so I didn't have to feel that way and other girls didn't have to feel that way. I hate sports because I don't think I was really encouraged to play them. Growing up, my parents were more wanting me to study academically to achieve rather than PE, and I don't know, I just never really got into it. Like, I always wanted to try and play it, but because I wasn't encouraged to, I never really liked it. I did try, I think when we were about in grade 4, 4th grade, my friend and I took up tennis for about 2 weeks and I sucked so bad. I couldn't even hit anything. So then we moved on to bowling, like 10-pin bowling, and that was pretty fun because it was just more like normal bowling. And then we had a competition once when we were about 9 and we were up against 4-year-olds, and we came 4th. They came 2nd. I had my first sushi when I was 14, and it's one of my favorite dishes since. I was 16, I travelled to Malaysia with my friend for a whole month without our parents, which was super weird because my parents were so strict growing up. But she had relatives there, so they were like, "Meh, that's cool." But we pretty much went out by ourselves for like a whole month. It was crazy. I learned how to drive a manual gear stick when I got my driver's license because that was all we really had. And for the first couple of years, I was so freaking scared in driving an auto because I'd never driven one before. And I remember the first time I had to drive my friend's car and I spun the wheel a little bit and went whee! It totally like scared the shit out of me. My first car was a 2000 Mitsubishi Lancer Coupe in navy blue, and it had one of those fast line things on it. And I swear that car was cursed because we originally bought that car because my mum's car got written off when a student slept drive and hit us. And ever since I had that car, I had an accident every year for 6 years. The last 3 were all in October. So yeah, it had like more than 360 repairs, which I swear not all the accidents were my fault. But my last accident with that car was when a driver went through a red light and hit me at an intersection, and the whole time I was like literally this far away from the pole to getting killed, but the whole time I was like, please be a write-off, please be a write-off, and my car was written off. So it was the best day ever. I now drive a Volkswagen Golf, and I made sure it was a white one so people can see me, and I have not had an accident since, knock on wood. In primary school, I was so shy and I never really participated in anything, but I was good at drawing, so in 3rd grade I entered a drawing competition and I won $20. I felt like a millionaire, and it was the only competition I've ever won. I love writing lists. I have a list for everything, and I even have like a list of my lists. I have never been to university, but I am considering going back to studying. After high school, I did a TAFE course in multimedia, which was a 2-year course, but after the first year I quit because there was a programming assignment due and I just didn't get it. Which funnily enough, I did end up working as a web developer 10 years later. I am a qualified hairdresser, but I also retired the day I graduated. I don't know, I was still young and I thought it would be great to have some kind of a qualification, so I did a 2-year course. And yeah, I don't know, like I had fun because I love styling and things like that. but I wasn't really, I don't know, I only did it because it was a hobby, but I don't think I could do it as a career. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I do work full-time. I am currently working in the IT department as a coordinator, and I wouldn't say I completely love the job, but a job's a job and it's secure. My middle name is Felina. Yes, my name is Gina Felina, which is why I don't use it, but it is my mother's name because my parents thought it was a Western thing to do to give your name as your child's middle name. So I got my mum's name as my middle name and my brother got my dad's as his. I have a birthmark under my left boob, just on my rib cage, and till this day I still forget about it and it surprises me each time I see it. So like I said, I hated sports, but it didn't mean I didn't try to like it. I did try out for hockey and softball when I was in high school. For hockey, I don't know, something about hitting things with a stick really got to me, and I tried it out, but I ended up spraining my knee, so that was the end of that. And then I also tried out for softball, which I ended up getting in because I don't think a lot of people tried out for it, and plus there was a lot of teams anyway, and I don't think I played much and I really sucked at it, but I really liked getting the oranges at the end of each game. I like that I am independent and that I can do things and I want to do things by myself. I hate having to rely on people, and I know especially when you're married people think that you guys are joined at the hips, but for Kiang and I it's definitely not like that. We still do things by ourselves, and I don't know, I find it when I do things by myself it's more peaceful and less stressful. Another thing about being independent and having so much car accidents is that I know how to jump start a car, change my tires and my batteries, and I think it's really important for everyone to really know how to do that. I love watching Korean and Japanese dramas, but at the same time I hate watching them because they make me so sad that I can't stop crying, and they keep me up all night and then puts me in this really gloomy status for like the whole week. I don't play a lot of games on my phone because I'm not really into those interactive kind of games, but I love those escape games. I think I've clocked off about 20 of them, and I do know that there are some places in Melbourne that you can do it in live, and I can't wait to do them because I'm obsessed about them. I love anything like puzzle solving. I do have a disgusting fetish and I love cleaning ears. I don't know, something about just, you know, it's like digging for gold when you find that nugget of wax. That being said, I also love popping pimples and watching them on YouTube. Oh, Dr. Pimple is just so satisfying to watch. I don't watch any horror or scary movies because I hate anything that's like gory or gruesome. I think I already have enough like violent thoughts in my head that I don't really need anything else aggravating me because it does impact me emotionally. When I was 14, we did work experience at the University of Darwin. It was a week thing when we can choose either carpentry or mechanics. So I chose mechanics, and surprisingly I actually had a lot of fun and I actually learned a lot about what goes under a car. So I think if I had the opportunity to take up a new school, I wouldn't mind going back and learning mechanics. My favourite genre of music is silence. I don't know, like a lot of people, you know, like having in the background, listening to it and the lyrics, but for me, I don't know, sometimes it's just a little bit too much and I just don't really pay attention or notice it. So yeah, I just prefer it when it's just like quiet and silent. It is a lie if I said I'm not a sweet tooth because I do like sweets, but I prefer savoury over desserts, so I never really save room for desserts. But I am quite picky when it comes to eating sweets because I like sponge cakes over mud cakes, love cheesecakes and jelly as well, and I prefer icy poles over ice cream. I don't have a favourite colour because I love them all, and I choose colours based on how I feel, and right now I'm feeling lilac. My first job I ever had was working at my parents' takeaway shop when I was 14. I hated it because I was never paid, but I did eat most of the food there. I got my first paying job when I was 18 when I worked at Dimmies. I have a little round scar on my right knee from when I was in primary school. We were playing octopus on the concrete basketball courts and I fell and slid and grazed my knee and it never went away. I have 4.5 tattoos. My first one was on my back where I've got 6 Chinese characters, which means conquer beyond dreams. I've also got an anchor on my right foot, and I've got the word inspire on my wrist, as well as Hello Kitty on my other one. And I've got half of one because it kind of half smudged off, but I've got like a star on my finger as well. Do I regret them? No. Do I want more? Thinking about it, because I don't know, I find the actual needlework quite therapeutic. I have trypophobia. Oh, just thinking about it makes me shudder. It's when you have like little circles so close to each other. Sometimes there's like things sticking out. Oh, it's making my head itch. My favourite designer label is Chanel because I think it's just very classy and elegant, and it's something that, you know, will last for a very long time. But my favourite couture designer is Elie Saab because, I don't know, I find it really intriguing with the embroideries and lace and all the intricate detailing. It's just so beautiful. I started wearing glasses when I got the internet. I was 15, and at first it was more just to help me read, but then I got lazy, so I used to just wear it all the time, and then my eyes slowly kind of relied on it, and now I'm kind of really blind. My favourite cocktails are daiquiris because they're so yummy. They remind me of a slushie. I don't know, I'm not so much of a drinker nowadays because when I was in my early 20s, I used to binge drink a lot. And when I was in Europe, I drank so much that in the last 5 countries, I threw up outside each hotel. It was so embarrassing. But ever since then, I don't know, I think my liver kind of just failed on me, and I can now no longer really hold my drinks, so I just don't really drink much at all. I cannot sit still or walk straight. I don't know, like right now doing this video, I have like moved around so much in this chair. For some reason, like after like 2 minutes, my legs, like there's not one time you won't find me cross-legged sitting on a chair. I love eating grapes, but eating too much grapes make me really gassy. I had my first kiss when I was 18, and I've only really had one proper relationship, and that's with Kyung. So I guess I'm not really that experienced in the like the dating world, but yeah. My shoe size varies from 7 to 9 because I have really wide feet, and it just swells so much during summer as well. Especially since I kind of stopped wearing heels, that my feet seem more wider, and every time I wear my high heels now, my feet just cannot fit into it. So guys, that was the 50 facts about me. I hope you found this interesting, and also let me know if you have any similar facts as well. I do hope to start posting more regular videos moving forward. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do Fridays. I may just do Tuesdays, but I don't know. I'll let you know. So I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe to watch more. Thanks for watching. Bye!